Constance of York, Countess of Gloucester, was the only daughter of Edmund of Langley, 1st Duke of York, and his wife Isabella of Castile, daughter of King Peter of Castile and his favourite mistress María de Padilla. Family. Constance was born about 1374, the only daughter of Edmund of Langley, 1st Duke of York, and his wife Isabella of Castile, the youngest daughter of King Peter of Castile and his favourite mistress María de Padilla. Plots against Henry IV. Shortly before the 7th of November 1379, Constance married Thomas le Despencer, 1st Earl of Gloucester. Despencer was created Earl of Gloucester by King Richard II on the 29th of September 1397. But after Richard's deposition and the accession of King Henry IV, some of his lands were seized and he was degraded from the earldom. In consequence, in late December 1399, he and others joined in a plot known as the Epiphany Rising to assassinate King Henry and restore King Richard to the throne. According to a French chronicle, the plot was betrayed to the king by Constance's brother, Edward. However, contemporary English chronicles make no mention of Edward's alleged role. Gloucester escaped immediate capture, but was eventually turned into the authorities at Bristol, where he was beheaded on the 16th of January 1400. After her husband's death, Constance was granted a life interest in the greater part of his lands and custody of her son. In February 1405, during the rebellion of Orwain Glyndŵr, Constance herself instigated a plot to abduct the young Edmund Mortimer, 5th Earl of March, and his brother, Roger Mortimer, from Windsor Castle, apparently intending to deliver the young Earl, who had the best claim to the throne of any of Henry IV's arrivals, to his uncle Sir Edmund Mortimer, who was married to Glynd's daughter. The young Edmund Mortimer and his brother were recaptured before entering Wales. Constance implicated her elder brother, Edward, in the plot, as a result of which he was imprisoned for 17 weeks at Pevensey Castle, but was eventually restored to Henry IV's favour. When Constance died in 1416, she was buried at the High Altar in Reading Abbey. Marriage and issue. Shortly before the 7th of November 1379, Constance married Thomas le Despencer, 1st Earl of Gloucester, 3rd but first surviving son of Edward le Despencer and Elizabeth Burgish, by whom she had a son and 2 daughters. Richard le Despencer, 4th Baron Burgish. He married Lady Eleanor Neville, daughter of Ralph de Neville, 1st Earl of Westmoreland, and Joan Beaufort, daughter of John of Gaunt by Catherine Swynford. He died young without issue. Elizabeth Isabel, born after her father's execution. She married, firstly, Richard Beechey, Earl of Worcester. A daughter, Elizabeth, Lady Abergavenny, was the sole product of this union. Following Worcester's death, she married Richard de Beechey, 13th Earl of Warwick. They were parents to Henry de Beechey, 1st Duke of Warwick, and Anne de Beauchamp, 16th Countess of Warwick. After her husband's death, Constance was either betrothed to or lived as the mistress of Edmund Holland, 4th Earl of Kent, by whom she had an illegitimate daughter, Eleanor Holland, who married James Touchet, 5th Baron Audley. Shakespeare and Constance of York. Constance is referred to as my sister Despencer in Shakespeare's Richard II. Ancestry.